Welcome to Tour Gliding. Today we take off on an exciting sightseeing tour through the city of Waterloo. We'll explore historical landmarks, which include some of the first structures in the city, meaningful public spaces, as well as more recent architecture and attractions that make up this thriving community. Before Waterloo was even established as a township, let alone a city, there were people living and flourishing on this land for generations. The land this city sits on is known as the Haldimand Tract, which spans for 6 miles on either side of the Grand River. This area is known as the traditional indigenous territory of the Neutral, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee peoples. Sometime in the early 1800s, Mennonites began migrating here and settling on this land. One of the first was Abraham Erb, who arrived in 1806 from Pennsylvania and established a small sawmill on Laurel Creek. Being the only sawmill around for miles, it quickly became a staple, spurring the beginning of the settlement's economy. Abraham named the area Waterloo after a famous battle in Belgium that was won by the British Allies. Eventually coming to be known as Waterloo Township, the settlement became an official village in 1857, which grew into an established town by 1876, and finally a city in 1948. Waterloo is known today for being the home of renowned post-secondary institutions like the University of Waterloo, Wilfrid Laurier University, and Conestoga College. Over the years, the city has become a beacon for domestic and international students to study and launch successful careers, greatly contributing to the social and economic fabric of the region and Canada as a whole. What better way to start our tour than at the core of the city? Welcome to Waterloo Public Square, a sanctuary of pedestrian-only space measuring 19,000 square feet. Often used to host festivals, carnivals, and events promoting arts, culture, and music, the square has a youthful atmosphere that thrives on welcoming families, students, and the community alike. Originally a parking lot for the mall located behind it, the lot and shopping center were constructed in 1961. Some Waterloo residents might remember the mall featuring a large office building overlooking King Street. By 2009, the parking lot was turned into the public square we see today. That same year, world-renowned sculptor Royden Robinovich collaborated with Double R Steel to create a 6,750-pound bell sculpture, which pays homage to the industrial history of the region. In 2023, new permanent shade structures were added, made from steel materials and reclaimed timber, reminiscent of the materials the city's historic buildings were made from. In Waterloo Public Square, history and art intertwine, setting the stage for a city that fondly exhibits its history while embracing the future. Leaving the square, we fly into Uptown Waterloo, a lively city core providing a rich blend of restaurants, cafes, art spaces, lively nightlife, and local businesses, shaped by the cultural diversity of the city's residents. Contributing to its energetic rhythm are annual events like the Waterloo Buster Carnival and various art shows throughout the year that aim to create an atmosphere that pulsates with energy and creativity. Spanning 111 acres, we descend into Waterloo Park. To establish the park, Waterloo, which was a village at the time, purchased Mennonite farmland from Jacob Eby's estate in 1890 for $74 per acre. First opened under the name Westside Park in 1893, making it the oldest park in the city. The land was part of an urban planning project. The city wanted to add more green space to attract residents from the countryside to the township in order to help grow the economy. 2,000 trees were planted, creating spots for leisurely strolls and picnics in the shade. Waterloo Park has seen a series of enhancements and transportation upgrades since the mid-2010s. In 2012, a skateboard park opened along Father David Bauer Drive. In 2015, the city allocated funding for park upgrades to address the growing number of pedestrians and cyclists. During the summer of 2018, a set of reconstructed and partially separated trails were unveiled, providing safer routes for pedestrians and cyclists within the park. This project included the addition of a new pedestrian bridge and improved crossings, which was particularly important after the introduction of the Ion Rapid Transit system through the park. On the park's western side, Silver Lake adds a touch of charm as Laurel Creek meanders nearby. Way back in 1816, Abraham Erb transformed the creek, then called Beaver Creek, into Silver Lake by building a dam. It served as a grist mill pond. By 1915, the city acquired the lake after William Snyder, the grist mill pond owner, passed away. It was purchased for a mere $300. The area faced some challenges in the 1890s when the Grand Trunk Railway wanted to expand its tracks to Elmira. The railway bought a slice of land off the mill pond, making the lake smaller and sediment levels higher. In the 1990s, the lake was nicknamed Mud Lake due to sediment overload. Not quite the scenic spot it used to be. Waterloo came up with a 7-year makeover plan, deciding to dredge the lake, add a cascading outlet, clean up the surroundings, and give nature a helping hand. By the year 2000, a new boardwalk, gazebos, and lighting made the lakeside a proper public retreat. Today, we see the area continue to evolve, with boardwalk upgrades and a new public shorefront having been added. Flying towards a futuristic space-like building, this custom-designed architecture is home to the Perimeter Institute, a prominent hub for scientific research in theoretical physics. Perimeter was the vision of Mike Lazaridis, founder of Research in Motion, who established the Institute in 1999 to serve as a catalyst of scientific discovery and breakthroughs in the understanding of our universe. The project was a public-private endeavor, with the city of Waterloo offering a prime spot near Waterloo Park for Perimeter's unique facilities. The award-winning custom-designed building was constructed in 2 phases. The first phase opening in 2004 and designed by Saussure and Perrault, a Montreal-based firm. The second phase in 2011 was named the Stephen Hawking Center and designed by Toronto-based Teeple Architects. The building features eco-centric initiatives, including the use of green roofs, a garden, and locally sourced building materials. The facility totals 120,000 square feet, with space for up to 250 researchers and trainees, the 250-seat Mike Lazaridis Theater of Ideas, a 2-story library, collaborative research spaces, and a restaurant. An independent assessment in 2006, led by Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada, underscored Perimeter's success, hailing its scientific contributions as globally significant. In 2008, Stephen Hawking joined as Perimeter's first Distinguished Visiting Research Chair, followed by 9 other distinguished researchers the following year. 2009 and 2010 marked a time of robust growth, expanded research, educational outreach, and the advent of innovative programs like Perimeter Scholars International. Besides conducting research, Perimeter also offers scientific training and engages in outreach initiatives aimed at educating the wider public. Going forward, the Institute continues to invest in foundational physics research, paving the way for future breakthroughs to technology and sharing the power of science with the world. The roots of education in Waterloo run deep, dating back to 1820 when pioneer Abraham Erb built the very first schoolhouse. The building measures just 5 meters by 6 meters, or 16 by 20 feet. Over the years, as the city expanded, the spatial needs for education grew as well. By 1842, the schoolhouse was too small for the number of school children in the town, and new facilities were constructed, and the house itself was dismantled and then rebuilt near Kitchener Collegiate Institute. The house was repurposed and used as a residence for the following 50 years. By the 1890s, the city had deemed the building important to local heritage, and the local community worked together and moved the building into Waterloo Park, thereby preserving the historical integrity of the structure as a symbol of the importance of heritage and education in the city. With a nod of approval from Ceramics Canada and the Glass Art Association of Canada, the idea was set in motion back in 1982 to create a space in Waterloo region for all things ceramic and glass. Operating as a not-for-profit, the idea came to fruition, supported by community members who believed in the cultural significance of art. 1989 marked the turning point. After feasibility studies and an architectural competition, the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery was set to take root in Uptown. The land was generously provided by the City of Waterloo, and the building was designed by Pat Cow Architects from Vancouver, a design that won the Governor General Award. The gallery finally opened its doors on June 19, 1993. Over the years, the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery has become a community pillar, providing a platform for emerging and established Canadian artists. With a focus on homegrown talent, the gallery showcases exhibitions designed to resonate with diverse audiences, igniting conversations around art and sparking new perspectives. The gallery also has a shop that invites visitors to take a piece of art home, while public programs offered there are a treasure trove of knowledge that caters to creative minds and community members. An often overlooked piece of history sits in plain sight in Uptown Waterloo. Located at the northwest corner of King Street North and DuPont Street, this early 20th century landmark was the city's first post office, the building having stood here for more than a century. Chief architect for Canada, David Ewart, designed the structure in a Romanesque style, which was not unlike most Canadian federal post offices at the time. Built between 1911 and 1913, the ground floor is sturdy and made from rusticated sandstone. It was designed to evoke a sense of stability and represent the power of the postal system at the time. Before the outbreak of World War I, the rear portion of the building served as an armory and drill space for Army cadets. Inside, the first floor was occupied by the post office, the second floor housed the customs office and a caretaker's apartments on the third floor. By 1967, the building was sold and became privately owned, tenanted by a variety of businesses including an optometry school for the University of Waterloo, a restaurant, and a physics research facility. In 1969, the clock tower was removed due to damage from a fire, and then rebuilt shorter than its original height. It was later restored to its original form and height in 1987 based on historic specifications. The years may have brought change, but the attitude of preservation succeeded for generations to come. The clock tower restoration was a pivotal reason the old post office gained officially designated heritage value. Its character-defining elements, the round arches, the rusticated sandstone, and the clock tower, all continue to tell the story of this remarkable building, a connection to a time when architecture was a symbol of strength for civic services. A hard-to-miss iconic landmark in uptown Waterloo is the high Victorian stone building known as the Huether Hotel. This building went through several owners and phases spanning from the mid-1800s all the way to today. The hotel houses the Jazz Room, a pool hall, Cafe 1842, Princess Cinema, and historic Lion Brewery. The property was first purchased in 1842 by Wilhelm Rebscher, who established a brewery on the land and operated it until 1856. It was subsequently owned by the Huether family. The Huethers renovated and expanded the hotel in the 1880s and 1890s, adding most of the features we see today, including the high Victorian facade, mansard roof, and stone-arched windows. From 1899 to 1930, the building was purchased by Teresa Kuntz, who was the proprietor of the brewery and hotel. The hotel section of the building also underwent a name change to Ewald House in 1911. Decades later, the city of Waterloo would make an interesting discovery about this period of ownership. A cavern and several tunnels were found under the hotel. It is alleged that these were made to smuggle in and hide beer, an operation likely led by bootleggers during the Prohibition. Following Teresa's proprietorship, the name of the hotel changed yet again to Hotel Kent in 1934, when ownership changed hands to Albert Snyder, who owned the hotel for the following 2 decades. In 1953, the Adleys family took ownership and restored the building, naming it after the Huether family as a testament to its rich historical past. Having obtained heritage status in the 1980s, it continues to be a charming and staple venue in uptown Waterloo. The University of Waterloo is a renowned public research university, occupying an enormous 998 acres of land. Its origins date back to 1957, when a group of business leaders imagined a new university that could take on modern societal challenges. Backed by Kitchener-Waterloo industry leaders, the scientific discoveries of the space race and Cold War era brought the importance of education and research to the forefront. Currently, more than 42,000 students enroll annually, with cooperative education as a cornerstone. Located within the tech hub of Canada's Technology Triangle and comprised of 6 faculties, which include arts, engineering, environment, health, math, and science, the University of Waterloo has earned its title as the MIT of the North, pioneering innovation in world-changing research and education. To accommodate unprecedented growth and to update facilities, the university commissioned a new 240,000 square foot building to create space for engineering programs. These include state-of-the-art teaching labs for biomedical engineering, mechatronics engineering, and machine intelligence. Designed by architectural agency Perkins & Will and opened in 2018, a distinguishable feature is the curvilinear bridge that connects the facility to the rest of the campus, allowing for easy pedestrian access to the LRT station. Time stands still at the Bacher House, a preserved piece of Mennonite heritage on the University of Waterloo campus. In 1850, John E. Bacher constructed a charming two-story house out of fieldstone on farmland in Waterloo. This historic residence served as the home for his wife and family of 14 children. Their 254-acre property was part of the German Company tract, which was owned by German Mennonite families living in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, in the early 1800s. A century later, in 1965, the University of Waterloo acquired the property. The initiative to restore the house was supported by the Mennonite Historical Society of Ontario and the Environmental Studies faculty at the university. They believed that preserving this farmhouse would pay homage to the Mennonite settlers that once worked the land that the university sits on. However, disaster struck in 1968 when a devastating fire gutted the old stone house, just months before renovation work was set to commence. Simeon Martin, a skilled Mennonite carpenter, stepped in to craft new timbers for the house. All the beams and interior framing were hewed by hand from donated wood. New roofing and enclosed windows were also added to protect the house's contents from the elements. Most of the furniture in the house was generously donated by Mennonite families in the Waterloo region, in an effort to display what a 19th century Mennonite farmhouse might have looked like. The Bacher House acts as a priceless educational resource and is open for tours during the summer months. Additionally, a conference room on the main floor accommodates larger groups, making it a hub for historical exploration and learning. A short trip up University Avenue takes us to Wilfrid Laurier University, which welcomes in around 20,000 students annually. The school's history dates back to 1911 with the opening of the Evangelical Lutheran Seminary, Canada's inaugural institution for training Lutheran ministers. In 1915, the construction of a dormitory and administration building marks the establishment of the Waterloo College School, which offered preparatory education alongside the seminary. The school rebranded decades later in 1973, being named after Wilfrid Laurier, Canada's 7th Prime Minister. The university is well known for its variety of programs and international alumni. A distinguishable piece of architecture is Laurier's Lazaridis Hall, constructed in 2017 and designed by Diamond Schmidt Architects. This building houses an incubator space for the School of Business and Economics and the Department of Mathematics. Construction materials included an array of cost-effective materials, including a material palette of zinc panels, phenolic wood and glass, and a hybrid combination of steel and concrete. The design is modern and open, with a large skylight domed atrium, classrooms, faculty offices, and a 1,000-seat auditorium designed with acoustics in mind. Adding to the roster of post-secondary institutions on University Avenue is the Conestoga College John W. Tibbets campus, also known as the Conestoga College Waterloo campus. Here, students can study in skilled trades, hone their culinary skills, delve into the realm of information technology, and much more. The campus underwent an expansion and renovation, covering a staggering 162,000 square feet. Phase by phase, it transformed to offer modern facilities and learning environments. Culinary kitchens were added with commercial-grade appliances, providing students with hands-on experience in the world of fine dining. In technology and gaming, the esports hub is equipped with live stream capabilities, where students compete in national esports tournaments. The campus's architectural design blends form and function. The street-facing frontage reimagines the former mid-century school building, integrating the original cement facade with a contemporary structural steel frame, stone masonry, and decorative siding. On the roof are 1,200 lineal feet of solar panels, harnessing the sun's power for sustainable energy. Inside, large windows allow plenty of natural light into spacious work areas for students. If you're hungry and looking for a unique dining experience, drop by Conestoga's Bloom restaurant. It features dishes prepared by the hospitality and culinary arts students. It's unlike anything else in Waterloo region. Running through Waterloo and managed by the Grand River Conservation Authority, Laurel Creek Conservation Area is a natural oasis just minutes away from the city. This hidden gem is a year-round haven for nature enthusiasts. Visitors can partake in camping, swimming, hiking, picnicking, and canoeing, just to name a few activities. Families and groups can bask in the sun on the sandy beach or gather in one of the picnic shelters. The park boasts an extensive network of trails, totaling 4.5 kilometers, which connect surrounding paths in Waterloo and Kitchener, as well as regional trails like the Walter Bean Grand River Trail. Come winter, Laurel Creek continues to engage visitors with a range of outdoor programs. 8 kilometers of track-set trails invite cross-country skiers and snowshoers to explore the wintry landscape. And for those who prefer a quieter stroll, the trail remains open throughout the winter months for hiking and leisurely walks, ensuring that Laurel Creek is a year-round retreat for nature enthusiasts. Welcome to Rim Park, an extensive 500-acre recreational park and facility on the northeastern edge of the city. Officially opened in November 2001, this expansive area offers a diverse range of outdoor and indoor amenities catering to various interests and needs. Originally known as Millennium Recreation Park during its planning stages, it was later renamed to Rim Park with the contributions of its primary donor, Research in Motion, also known as BlackBerry since January 2013. The park includes trails, sports fields, park areas, access to the Grand River, and a modern recreational complex designed to meet a wide range of sports and community needs. The Manulife Sportsplex boasts 4 Olympic-sized ice rinks, each measuring 100 by 200 feet. Pillars Rink can accommodate 500 spectators, while the Optimist and Lions Rink each provide seating for 250 people. The Carolyn Feedy Skating Center, home to the Kitchener-Waterloo Skating Club, comes equipped with an attached fitness center. There are also 2 NBA-sized gymnasiums with spectator seats totaling 600. Outdoor amenities include 2 international-sized turf fields and 4 natural grass fields, 6 baseball diamonds, 3 of which are illuminated for evening games, and a bike park with 2 asphalt pump tracks, accommodating both beginners and intermediate to advanced riders. The Walter Bean Grand River Trail also runs through Rim Park for a total of 11 kilometers, providing a walkable connection to the rest of the region. Thank you so much for joining us on our tour through the thriving city of Waterloo. As we conclude our journey, we hope that this program has ignited your curiosity and inspired you to continue exploring this vibrant city and to walk its streets with a newfound appreciation for its history, educational institutions, and captivating landmarks. Embrace Waterloo as you immerse yourself in its diversity while engaging with the welcoming community that calls this charming place home.